Welcome, everyone. It is Monday, February something, 27th. Oh my gosh, so it's almost the end of February. So it's really almost March. Holy cow. Welcome. Good to see you all. How's everyone doing? Good, good.
Awesome.
Are you okay?
Cool. Good to see your faces. Let's start off with some gratitudes. Who's got something awesome to share? Do some quick gratitudes. Shout out somebody you want to celebrate, something you want to celebrate.
Yeah, we got 2 new friends signed up on Sunday.
Yay.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Nice.
Very cool. I said I wasn't going to work yesterday, and that's all I did. I worked the entire day.
Happens.
Anybody else?
Hey, I learned some interesting facts about the company.
Is that good? Is that a gratitude? He sounded kind of unsure. Okay, tell us what.
Well, the top 12, I guess the top 12 companies, I think in direct, I'm assuming direct sales, the average age of the associates is 44 years old. That's the top 12 companies combined. Isagenix is number 13. What would you think their average age of associate is?
36.
30. 25.
Half that, 15 years old.
Wait, how's
What?
that?
No. Okay. So you mean the average age of the company, not the average age of the associate.
I understood it a different way, but maybe I could be wrong.
It's not 15. That's
So
mathematically
typically, so when you're looking at the Direct Sellers Association's list, the average age of a company that's in the top 20 is over 40 years old. So the company, so like Tupperware, like companies that have been around over 40 years. And so for us to be as high on the DSA as we are, that's impressive for a company that's not quite 15 years old yet.
Yep, and that's something I didn't know going in.
Cool.
And our cells are 15 years old.
What's
And
that?
our cells are 15 years old. Yes, they are. Very cool. Thanks. Anybody
I got
else?
one.
I do. Our challenge last week was doing Facebook Lives or whatever, and I've gotten into a real groove, covering things that I have a little knowledge about, and I'm actually enjoying it. I already have tomorrow's ready.
Yay.
So, yeah, I'm actually enjoying it. I was a little nervous the first day, but it went pretty good.
I've been watching you. Good topics, too. So are you getting some good feedback from people?
Yeah, I am. And getting a good group of people watching, which is interesting because all of it's leading, all my topics, I've got a strategic plan. They're all leading to prevention and how we can prevent all these different ailments and why we're, not enough vitamin B12 was my topic tonight. And so these topics are all going to lead into, having supplementation in a good, healthy way. Well, I know a little something about that too.
Very cool. Good for you. Congratulations. Anybody else do the video challenge? No? One?
I did, but I missed like 2 days of the week. I don't know what happened.
That's okay.
I don't know.
So you did 5 days? That's awesome.
I think I did. It was kind of crazy because I was doing it with like the dogs on the leash and they were not cooperating at all. And so some of them turned out like totally, I'm all over the place. My hair's all over the place. My face is all over the place. But I got some comments and people thought it was funny and, so I'm building up on it. I thought I'd do something because I have a lot of dog owner friends on Facebook. And I think I'm going to start naming him like the Adventures of Ben and Jerry. So whenever we take him out or we'll do something at the pet store, if we take him shopping to the pet store, out hiking, and I'll build up on that and see where that goes.
Cool. Awesome.
Yep.
Thanks. All right. Well, I got a new car and we hired a contractor. Yay! I actually have a house before celebration.
Oh my God.
Right?
What did you end up naming the car?
I have not named her yet. She's gonna have a really long name.
Stellar.
Stellar. I believe I think we ended up on Emery Raven Shadow Dust. I don't know. There's a lot. I have to like sift through them and figure it out now. But Stellar is a pretty cool name. I'm trying to figure out how to weave it in. But anyway, so cool stuff. And all right. So it's launch party month. March is launch party month. So we are going to chat a little bit tonight about doing some launch parties. So I don't care if we're talking about doing live ones where you invite everybody to somewhere to have a launch party, or you do a Facebook Live launch party, or however you guys want to do it. You want to do a webinar launch party, a Zoom launch party, I don't care. Healthy happy hour, do a Friday night taste test, whatever. So who's going to take up the challenge so really we have 4 weeks in March, we could do a launch party a week. And if you guys want to team up, because a lot of people are close together, team up and do a launch party together, or do a launch party and do a Facebook Live. So if you do create the event, I wish Mona was on. I was gonna message her and ask her to hop on tonight.
I'll shoot her a quick text.
Do you want to? So to do a Facebook Live event, you create the event just like you were having an event. So you're inviting somebody somewhere, and you send out personal invitations for people who want to learn more, get healthy, whatever. People have shown interest. And so say you start the event on Monday, and every day you post up some relevant content. So say we had 10 people to the group, and 5 of them want to lose weight, and a couple of them are interested in performance, and a couple want to gain weight or whatever. Then each day you would post up relevant content based around what the people in the group want, because we want to be able to talk to their goals. So if you do a video, or you do articles, and then you culminate that sort of at the end of the week with a actual live event where you get on live, and you can either Zoom or you can do a Facebook Live and invite people on to have an interactive chat. And you can do a giveaway at the end of it to give people, incentive to play along. You could do it with one of your new people. So Steph and Nick, you guys just hired or signed up a couple of people. You could offer them, hey, let's, get some of your people involved and do a Facebook Live, create an event, have them send out personal invitations to their peeps, and then also invite a couple of people from the team to interact. So you have some other people interacting on the page also.
Yeah, we've been doing for the past 2 or 3 months. We've been doing
Actually 4.
4 months. We've been doing like a launch party, tasting each month
With Sarah and Gail.
Yep, with Sarah and Gail, Chad comes, and just been doing that.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
Have you used the Facebook Lives at all to
No.
do the launch party? Okay.
No, we do it in person, but we have been talking about doing a live one, so maybe this month we'll switch it up and do a live one instead.
So if either of those people that you just signed up are interested in, yes, giveaways are tax deductible. You do whatever you pay for the product. You could do the retail price, but you want to be able to show a receipt. So the receipt's not going to show your retail price. It's going to show what you paid for. If you want to do a Facebook Live with any of your new people that you just signed up or people that have been trying to get kick in, then, you know, really, if you think about how many Facebook Lives could you do at one time? You could have, you know, a bunch of them going at the same time, and then really you're only putting in, it's only a little bit of work every day for each one of them, culminating at the end of the week with the one little hour that you would spend for each one. Cool. Questions? Thoughts? Who's got other launch party ideas? I know that we've had some people do like a wine and chocolate, that they didn't use wine.
Did they use cleanse?
They did other stuff, cleanse, or they made hydrate. So it was like, you know, chocolates. They did salted caramel, whatever, all of the chocolate flavors and chocolate bars and so that. You know.
Oh, okay. We've been doing basically Wellness Wednesdays, and then we've done like Wellness Sunday. Our titles aren't that catchy, but what we've done at the end of our presentation that seems to work the best is that we'll go through the pack options really quickly, show them like $20 a day, $10 a day.
Mm-hmm.
And then what we'll do is, okay, let's taste some stuff. So we'll actually bring the little samples that we put up to each table and kind of hand them out to them, because it helps create a discussion. Because when we were waiting for people to go up and take stuff, some people were very hesitant.
People don't move.
Awkward. So yeah, I think doing that, it worked out a lot better, and people were having discussions, a lot more, what's the word?
Feedback.
No. Huh? I don't know what the word is, but engaged.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Have you guys passed out bars during the meetings, cut them up and put them on a little plate and pass them around so everybody's like taking a bite while during the meetings going on?
Not during, but we have done that for hydrate. We gave some at the beginning. I think.
Yeah.
We've done bars where you cut them up into little bite size and then pass them around so everybody can have a little nibble while they're and they're interested. And you're also adding in interest for something that you typically aren't talking a whole lot about.
Yeah.
True.
Cool.
Good idea.
Thanks. Anybody have any launch party ideas? None?
I don't know. I'm thinking maybe about like a Friday, like you said, like a taste testing Friday, something like that. I have a couple of new neighbors across the street that I really haven't met yet, so I think that might be a good thing to have them just come over for that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So let me
Cool.
churn that a little bit in my head.
Is everybody up to take the challenge to launch party for March? Yeah? Whether live or whether Facebook Live or...
Yeah.
Yeah? Cool. We know that belly to belly works great. Even if they're one-on-ones or two-on-ones or whatever. Get a bunch of people together at the coffee shop and have a chat. Do a meetup. Ooh, who wants to take challenge, do a meetup group? Create your own meetup and then you're in control of it. Guys, are you all engaged? Wake up tonight. Make you jump up and down and do jumping jacks and scream. Ah!
I'm not engaged.
Huh?
I'm married. Sorry.
Okay. Let's talk about Shake and Snacks. It's a product training night. Did you guys know that?
I did.
What did you say?
Cool. So let's talk about our favorite facts.
I have one.
Okay.
So I just came back from our awesome chiropractor, Dr. Stanley.
Mhm.
He's on Jojo's team. And I asked him, I said, hey, Doc, what's your favorite fact about the isogenic snacks? And he said they're the best cough drops ever. I've never tried those as a cough drop. It's like they're so super soothing. As soon as you put them in your mouth and you start like just don't chew them up, just kind of, you know, like you would do with a cough drop. It's like works better than any cough drop he's ever tried.
Wow.
Well, since I haven't been sick in a really, really long time, I don't know. So I'm going to have them handy. So if someone is coughing, it might be a really good thing to have those on you and hand them out to someone who, you know, is coughing or has an itchy throat or something, and see how that works.
Very interesting. Since we're talking about snack wafers, why do we do the snack wafers on a cleanse day?
I know.
Okay. Vinny knows. He's got his hand raised. You guys can't see him.
To keep
Oh,
I
Vinny.
know.
one level stable.
Did you hear what he said? To keep our glucose balanced on our cleanse days. They're protein, fats, aminos, all the things that we need to keep us balanced so we don't have a crash on a cleanse day.
Created specifically for people that have diabetic problems.
So created specifically for that issue. But they also help your cleanse day be more effective. So if you're doing cleanse days and you aren't using your snacks, you're missing out. Snacks are important. Do you know what the best way to eat a snack is?
But then there's isodolites.
Well, true. Although, and agreed, isodolites are helpful. I think personally, my cleanse days go better when I do just my wafers, and then I enjoy my isodolites when I'm not cleansing or before my workout. Interesting. I know they say, you know, we don't let friends cleanse without isodolites, but
There are many things we can use, like weight thins and things for our cleanse days. But I guarantee if any of you ever sat down with John Anderson and talked to him one-on-one, he would tell you, do your cleanse, do your snacks, do your water, and that's it.
there's a couple of variations because you're getting in the good protein when you do the snacks.
Yeah.
If you're going to do the whey thins, then you don't do anything else. And it's 2 to 3 whey thins in place of a snack wafer. Not a bag. Somebody's like, I don't understand how I'm cleansing. I ate like 4 bags of whey thins. No.
That's good to know. I've only ever had one on a cleanse day, but that's good to know.
And if you drink your cleanse, say you start cleansing at 9 o'clock, you do your snack wafer at 10 and 11 and 12, and then have your cleanse, and then have a cleanse. So you're having a snack every hour you're not doing your cleanse. You're second on a snack wafer. Well, you should have used more. If we needed a cleanse, you should only use 2. So he's in trouble. I also have a really interesting fact about our snacks. The berry snacks do not have probiotics and enzymes, and the vanilla and chocolate do.
Oh,
I actually like the berry ones.
Me too.
I like the berry ones too. So if you're going to use the berry ones, use them with an enzyme. Make sure that you take a couple of enzymes throughout the day to make up for the loss of that in using the berry. Cool. Who's got a cool fact about our shakes? Other than the fact that chocolate mint's coming out tomorrow. Whoop, whoop. I know, right? And I still have some left, and I'm excited. So I'm really happy. Huh?
We got 9 up. We bought 30.
I know we've gone through a ton of them. Shake, shake.
Shake and bake, shake and bake, shake and bake.
Okay.
Simply put, we don't kill the nutrition. It's undenatured protein, so we're not killing the nutrition. So I think that's a biggie. Whereas most of the proteins that we see on store shelves, they're oxidizing the heck out of the protein so that when we consume it, we're not absorbing much, if any, of that protein. It's in essence a live food, so we're preserving and we're keeping that protein source alive, so when we consume it, our muscle cells soak it up and actually utilize it. It's very highly bioavailable. So I would say it's a biggie.
Awesome. Where does our protein come from?
New Zealand.
Grass-fed, free range. No.
Where, Steph? New Zealand.
Oh, cows, but that comes from
Cows. It comes from cows.
Oh, really? Oh, not goat.
Grass-fed cow.
What's special about our cows?
They have no hormones. Sorry.
Happy.
Or
Thank you.
antibiotics or anything.
How come?
Laws.
They're out in pasture.
So they're
So they
eating
stay healthy.
grass.
Grass-fed, free range. They're living a life as opposed to being confined.
They're living a healthy life, so they can feed us their healthy.
Certified happy cows.
And they are not given hormones to make them believe they're supposed to be lactating. They are only milked on their own cycle. So they are not under stress.
I wish I was one of those cows. Why are we not muted?
Gotcha.
You're done.
Here's an interesting fact. So did you know that cows that are commercially farmed, that are fed soy and grain and corn and chicken feathers, like our normal cows that we pelletized chicken feathers? Isn't that appetizing? That's what our cows are fed in the U.S. If you take one of those cows, so what it does is, because the cow's not supposed to eat that stuff, so it creates acidosis in their system, and it makes them very sick, which is the reason that they have to give them antibiotics. Their stomachs are not made to process that. They're made to process grass and hay, and it creates E. coli in their system when they eat that. If you take one of those cows that's been commercially raised and put them in a pasture, within less than a week of them eating grass, they'll dump all the E. coli in their system and their stomachs will heal.
Wow.
That's a fun fact, right?
Like giving up smoking.
It's like giving up smoking.
Like giving them a healthy microbiome. Oh,
Ah, it's like that.
it's like that.
It is that.
So what else is interesting about our protein? So if I was going to compare it to some protein that's on the shelf at some store.
It's sourced directly from the milk. The whey is sourced directly from the milk as opposed to it being a byproduct of milk and cheese production. So it's pure.
It's cold processed.
It is.
Most other proteins are made from what we would throw away.
So explain that a little.
So the other proteins, a lot of the other proteins that are on the shelf, from a grade 1 to a grade 7, most of them are about a grade 2 or 3. And dog food, for instance, is a grade 1 to 2, depending on how good the dog food is. Ours, it used to be on a scale from 1 to 6. they had to create a scale 7 because we are actually a grade 7 protein.
Yes. Thank you. Somebody talk about the digestive enzymes and the probiotics. Do you know about them?
They're good.
And why they're special?
They help us create our own flora, don't they?
They do.
They
But there's something
prebiotic-
very special about them.
Aren't they prebiotics?
We have both prebiotics and pro.
They're live.
They're live. So explain that. Why is that special?
That's special because it's the way that it's processed. The cold processing allows them to stay live versus having to be reintroduced, or other proteins. Often it kills away the amino acids, the ability to uptake the amino acids, and so we can actually take them in on a really healthy level. But also, yes, it does totally support your good flora, but even bigger than that, it supports your microbiome.
Perfect. What does John have a patent on?
The delivery system.
The freeze-dried processing.
Keep going.
On that note,
Yeah. Most people don't know that. We don't talk about that a whole lot anymore.
I know it's weird, right? Because that's where we started.
Yep.
So because we have the patent on the freeze-dried processing, it actually creates a different product. And we know that now with Dr. Ruggiero because he actually tested it. And because of the way that John has done this with his expertise and his great knowledge, the product is actually live in a sense that we take in the amino acids at a higher level, and we have way less waste than any other protein in the world.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
We also, the patent is held on the freeze-dried process for the probiotics and the digestive enzymes, which is why you don't see on any other label to drink your shake within a certain amount of time, because once you add water to it, they become alive and active. That process is a patented process. He's got tons of them, but that's one of them. Cool.
Very.
And the chocolate mint rocks. So just saying. How many grams of protein can we absorb at one digestion? How much can your body utilize at one digestion?
18?
20.
Chad?
24?
36.
Personally, I thought it was 24. And then if it's a higher level athlete, it's going to be a bit higher.
So the typical human body can utilize and digest 32 to 36 grams of protein. So at the low end of the 32, with our protein being about 90% absorbable, makes it absolutely perfect when you take in a 36-gram shake. Cool?
Can you say that again? That's a lot of info.
Your body can utilize 32 grams of protein at one sitting. So if you think about eating a steak, like 60 grams of protein, where you see these big, huge muscle guys out there and they're doing like these monster shakes that have 160 grams of protein in one shake, your body cannot utilize that. It can only utilize 32 grams of protein, 32 to 36 at a digestion. The rest of it becomes a waste product. Because we have 36 grams of protein in our Isoline shake, because our protein is 90% absorbable and bioavailable to the body, we absorb the exact amount of protein that we need to get per digestion at 32 grams. Some people will need less, and the 24 is great. If anybody's stuck in a plateau, then increasing the protein will help with that. Did that help? Explain
I,
it.
I have a question.
Yep.
Okay, so with the shakes, by adding fruit to the shakes, how does that, I mean, is that good, bad?
It depends on the amount of fruit. If you want to throw in a couple of strawberries, a few blackberries, a little teeny bit of banana, it's what anything that we're adding that's fruit. We're adding in carbon sugar. It is fructose, although the shake is already balanced perfectly. So anything we add, we're offsetting the balance that is already a perfect balance. Although, I would rather you have a shake with a couple of strawberries in it than have a pancakes with a couple of strawberries on it.
I think it's important to talk about why sometimes people try our shakes and then go, but I'm really hungry. They don't work for me. And that's actually exactly the opposite.
Go ahead.
So often, especially women, we lose our muscle as we get older. It's part of the aging process. And so often we'll find that women will say, oh, but I'm so starved after I have a shake. It only lasts me an hour and then I'm really hungry. Or an athlete that says, I'm so hungry an hour and a half later. Like all my other shakes last me forever. And these, I'm hungry. And so they're not working for me. And it's really not the case. Really what's happening is their muscles are so excited and their body's so excited to take in something that it can actually absorb that it's going, oh my gosh, feed me more, feed me more, feed me more. And so if you tell them, just keep doing your shake, add some extra protein, split them in half and add an extra half of one in as a snack once or twice a day. Usually within a week, they stop doing that. And all of a sudden they start dropping inches like crazy because their body was just really hungry for it. And so it wasn't that it was that they, it didn't sustain them. It was that their body was so happy they gave it something that was worthwhile that it wants more.
That makes sense. Have you guys ever had that with somebody who starts the shit and they're like, I'm so starving?
What I actually found to work is using the veggies, the greens in my shakes, and whatever the fiber is or whatever in that works far better than anything I've tried. So in my shake in the morning, I do the Supreme and then the shake and then the greens. And then I've tried it with and without, and I can tell the difference. I don't know. And there's not much calories in the greens, but when I do it, I don't know if there's a fiber part to it that is helping, but definitely helps my craving putting the greens in there.
Thanks, Sean.
Yeah.
I love greens in my shake.
Also, Fiber Pro helps a lot too in that
Any extra fiber. And fiber will help keep you full.
I love my shake. Fiber, green,
Good.
fruit.
Anything else about the shake that we can think of?
The taste.
Oh, that's what I just said.
We heard you.
Is your mute on?
Yeah, Nick controls the mute.
Especially the chocolate mint
Is it a
flavor.
perfectly balanced meal?
240 calories. Needs to be 200 and up.
Okay.
So
Perfectly balanced.
quick little snippet on the taste. When I first tried the shakes, I was blown away. Like I was blown out of the water because like from high school, I had all these different things and stuff from lifting and playing football. And Steph tried the shake. She's like, I don't know. I'm like, you're insane.
Okay.
She never had a protein shake before. She never had anything else.
Right.
No, this is amazing.
Well, now my body craves them.
Yeah.
So if somebody drinks the shake, so they have their first shake and they go, ooh, this is the grossest thing I've ever had. This
Probably never had a protein shake.
What's the problem?
Toxic.
They're toxic.
Well, what's the problem?
they
They're
get
not
something
alkaline.
alkaline in the body for the first time, probably in a long time, and the body's like, what the heck are you giving me here? So they just have to work through this and ease their way into it. And if they have to, like Jen said, if they have to start with maybe a half a shake and work up a little bit. But mostly because our bodies or our intestines are going to be so acidic that if they get something as alkaline as our shake, they're not going to be that happy in the beginning.
Thank you. So undenatured whey protein, especially our protein, is one of the most alkaline things that you can put into your body. So if somebody is very acidic, think about putting the opposite ends of a magnet together. What happens? They repel each other. Same thing. So you're putting something very alkaline in a very acidic system. It's going to taste different. How many days typically does it take for somebody's body to shift?
4. I say 4.
And that's from personal experience, everyone's saying that, right? But we typically, I've never, ever seen anybody go past day 5 where they didn't wake up day 5 already craving a shake. I've never had it happen in 11 years. Cool? So when somebody hears the thought, remember this. The worse it tastes, the more they need it. So if somebody tells you, ooh, this tastes gross, you are in a lot of trouble, buddy. You better put that shake in. They need it, right? So what about if we can't do whey or we're vegan or vegetarian?
Dairy-free.
Dairy-free. Where's our dairy-free come from?
Plants.
Drink more plants.
Pea and brown rice.
Hey Jojo,
Hey,
is it the same for Ionics? If you don't like the taste, you need it more?
yeah, it can be. And, also Ionics is one of those things that you love it or you hate it typically. And, it's a shot, suck it up.
I think it's scoop of Ionics.
I didn't like the powder. There was one, I don't know, the Ionics taste way different now than when we started, you guys. So know that what you have now tastes like candy.
Right? I was going to
in the
say
beginning.
candy.
And
Yes.
I loved it before. I was sad when they changed it. Everyone was so happy that they changed it. I was really sad. And really people would go, I'm not drinking that. This was a shot. Like, you can do a shot of Jaeger, you can do a shot of Ionics. I don't want to hear it. So, right? Gross.
I just put mine in my shake.
Yeah.
I did too.
Yeah.
And really, you're not supposed to. You're supposed to do it separately, but we cheat.
Well,
One
why are you
of the
supposed
best
to do it
ways you
separately?
can do your Ionics is in a warm cup of water.
That's what we
Not
do all
hot,
the
but
time.
warm.
Yeah, like a minute in the microwave so it's hot but not too bad. Yep. That's what we always do.
Or preferably not water that came out of the microwave. Sorry.
Nick got busted on the microwave.
gives you a reason to buy a tea kettle.
We have one. We gotta use it. But then it's boiling.
Well, if you turn it on high for less than a minute, you're good to go. You just can't let it boil. I ferment my shakes with my tea kettle, and you can't use boiling water. You can only use 100-degree water. You just can only leave it in for a minute. Yeah. Okay, so we have vegan shakes. What is very different about our vegan protein versus any other protein on the market that's vegan?
We're not giving people man boobs.
True. That's one difference. Do you know why that is?
I do. Does anybody else know? Paul's checking. No man boobs.
Do you know why?
Because no soy.
No soy.
What?
Soy creates estrogen in the body. Do men need extra estrogen in their system? Why would a big old bodybuilder go drink soy protein all day long?
Because they don't know any better.
Because he's uneducated.
Okay.
Because he hasn't talked to Paul yet.
It's our job. It's our job to educate. What else is the coolest thing? This is the coolest thing about our vegan protein.
Can I try?
Yeah.
Before you say it.
Yep.
It's similar, if not identical, branched chain amino acid complex as the whey. And that's something that I've never seen before.
That's it. So that's a huge thing, you guys. If you have somebody who's already doing a vegan protein that they like, which typically you can't because they all taste really yucky. Like if you ever had to go out and buy a vegan protein that's on the shelf, no good. But
And
ours not only taste good, but they have a full amino acid complex. You don't see that in other shakes.
And just as a side note, back to taste, that they really hit the vanilla chai and the chocolate spot on. I mean, there may be some people on the call who don't like the flavors, but like you said, Jojo, you try anything else on the market, and it's like you I don't know, scrape the underside of a lawnmower and put it in a glass.
Yeah,
This tastes amazing.
They're icky. So when
That's
we
some
have
greens.
taste that good, and the bars, our vegan bars, I think that's
The vegan bars are unbelievable.
I just got the coconut ones this week. Oh my God, they're good.
yeah, they're way yum.
They're like
I
candy.
told
You
my
guys-
son that came out with them. He said he asked if it was like an almond joy.
Are you guys learning anything? Okay.
How about lactose, Jojo?
That's like tons. What'd you say?
Lactose.
Go ahead.
People that are lactose intolerant have issues with dairy often will say, I can't have a whey protein shake. And it's because they don't understand, but ours does not have all that lactose in it. So lactose is actually a waste product. Our product, the body treats it as waste. Our protein shake is less than 0.001% of lactose. I mean, it's nothing. And if they still have an issue with it, you can ferment it and that will never happen. That it completely goes away.
Thank you.
Mhm.
And also along that line is, I just totally lost my train of thought. Whoop. Mine slipped.
Talking about fermenting the dairy-free.
So either if somebody's having an issue with the shake, ask them if they say I'm allergic to dairy. Are you allergic to dairy or do you have a lactose intolerance? Because those are two totally different things. There are people who are allergic to milk. They are allergic to, they cannot eat cheese. They get, like, my niece is the most allergic person to dairy that I've ever seen. She can walk in a room where there's a piece of cheese on the counter and like have a stomachache. She cannot do the whey shakes, but she's allergic to dairy. She had to drink goat milk when she was a baby. So there's a difference and people don't realize that. So it's good to ask. And thank you. That was a good point. So do you know?
Can I ask about the other stuff for the lactose intolerance people though, like our snacks and stuff? Those aren't dairy free and things. Would it react the same though if you're lactose intolerant? Would it have the same type of formulary per se?
Our protein is the same across the board.
Right, but for the lactose piece itself, because you're saying it's so negligible, it's not even worth talking about. Same thing with snacks and
Let
stuff.
them know. They'll say, "Is it whey?" I mean, most of them will know, and we can just let them know that the majority of people don't have an issue. And even if I have somebody who has an issue, if we start them slow, we can usually work them up a little bit. Start them with half shakes and work them up.
Yeah.
Shannon's a perfect example of that. We had to cut all the way back to 1/8 of a shake. And we worked her up. And she loves our whey shakes and bars now.
So she got used to it, yeah.
Her body digested it differently as she got balanced. Like the first shake, I thought she was kidding. Like she went and, you know, a sip and showed me the inside of her mouth, and it was raw and bubbly and red. And she was like, I can't do this. I can't even breathe. And I was like, stop. And she wanted to push through. And I said, no, no, no. And she's like, no, I have, you know, if you're telling me this is that good, I really want to get over it. And so I worked with her, and she worked through it. And now she still can't have whey, any other form of whey, but she can have our shakes and bars and snacks.
That's huge. Thanks. Wow.
Hey,
Our bars
Joe
and
and
our
Jen,
shakes. Okay, what?
can I say a quick question?
Yeah.
The fermentation of the shake to feed our microbiome
Mm-hmm.
can be performed with the isoline and the dairy-free, correct?
Yes.
Both of them.
Yes.
Yeah, the difference is that the dairy-free only goes to 60%. So you still have 40% of the waste. So your amino uptake only goes to the 60%, where the whey actually goes to 90%.
So, and just to disclaimer that is not something that the company endorses.
Yet.
That's
Question mark.
something that we've come to understand.
Hmm.
And is
Could
a
you
choice,
explain
and that is not the way the company recommends that you do it.
Could you explain the fermentation that you guys
I
are
will
talking?
explain it to you later.
Okay.
It's not the way.
I believe the reason they're not talking about that is because they're going to fix it so that it comes that way. So we're just letting them have some time. They know what Genius John's shake can do that no other shake in the world can do. And so it's just a matter of time and research.
Also, something very cool about our bars and our shakes. For somebody who has a glucose issue, do you know what? Anybody?
Low glycemic.
Low glycemic. Is that important for somebody who's looking at a label and sees a sugar amount and doesn't understand?
Yes. Very.
We have been studied that, and the studies are there in isogenicshealth.net, that the bars and the shakes are low glycemic.
And the chocolates.
And the chocolates. Fiza Delights. Really everything in the system. But the main things that people are going to look at is the amount of carbs that are in a bar or the amount of carbs that are in a shake, and they're going to think that it's too much.
I have a
People
quick
don't
question.
understand the balance. Yes.
We have a lady who just started who I guess has arthritis, and I know we can't say it solves anything clinical. But also, what was the other thing she has?
No, just go.
She has to basically get a knee replacement, and she's only like under 50. But anyways, so she was concerned about the sugar level.
In terms of arthritis.
Well, you know the story better. That's why I asked her to say it.
So she was concerned about the sugars with arthritis, because apparently you're supposed to stay away from a lot of sugar with arthritis. Now, would the low glycemic have benefit for that, or is that just with the yeah?
That's a great question, because most people don't understand that there's a difference in sugar. They see sugar and think sugar is equal to sugar, and it is not. Processed sugar is extremely harmful and toxic and creates inflammation in the body. Natural fructose does not do that.
Okay.
Completely different thing.
I think.
Yeah, we did mention that to her. I guess we're just wondering if
The other thing.
I don't know, is there a good article on Isogenics Health that kind of talks through
about arthritis? I'm not sure.
Yeah. Okay.
Also, we look at Ionics and Cleanse. When you're looking at inflammation at any point, and you're looking at arthritis being really serious inflammation, all of those things can be relieved in some way.
Hey, Jojo, can I chime in real quick?
And I would also add a nice Genesis. Yes, please.
The whether it's arthritis or joint pain, it's all stemmed on inflammation. So what I would suggest is going on isogenicshealth.net and just typing in inflammation, because it's going to present itself in different forms, but that may give you some info on there.
Mm. I'm not sure that I've seen an actual article on arthritis, and that just could be because they're talking disease process. So I would look more for joint discomfort and inflammation. Anytime your body's inflamed in any way, it's going to create issues in different ways for people, and that's a huge piece of it.
Joint support is amazing for that as well. And when you start your joint support for the first time, have them buy 2 bottles because they want to double up.
In the beginning.
Yes, for the first month. And that's per Dr. Paul, who created those.
Yep. And nitric oxide. AMP Nox.
Nox.
We don't give it enough. We don't give it enough discussion.
Yeah.
But that's the huge.
Can we talk about that? Because there's so many people that could benefit from that, right?
Nox. Oh yeah, they look at it. They created it as a performance supplement, but really, there's so much that it does. So much, and there's so. I mean, if you just think adding oxygen and increasing blood flow, there's so many things. Yes, I was just going to talk about that. So if anybody wants to know more about the nitric oxide, please get this book. You can get it on Amazon. Is incredible. When you're looking at dealing with an aging population, especially if you're looking at people who are having issues, not aging well, and you combine Isogenesis with Nox, add in some shakes and cleanse and ionics, could change their life.
So age groups for that.
Everybody who doesn't need better blood flow. I would recommend reading the book, and there's really it's sort of a common sense piece of the puzzle when you go, okay, I want to increase the blood flow, like what will happen? So if you think of the cardiovascular benefits in all areas.
Do you know if there's been any pushback from any physicians in the sense that, I mean, obviously they wouldn't be that educated, but and we would certainly want everybody to check with their doctor, but have there been any documentation or anything about physicians or any of those guys saying anything about the Nox product?
We look at them. There's so many products out there that are touting that, and really it creates arginine in the system, and arginine creates blood flow.
I tell people to get a book on nitric oxide.
We just showed them.
Oh, you just showed them a book? All right.
No, it's okay. And the doctors that we work with all tout the benefits of increasing blood flow and arginine in the system, especially for cardiovascular, what's it called? Elasticity. So the elasticity of your cardiovascular system.
Huge. Okay.
Huge.
Yeah.
And it's like a little blue pill in a little red bottle.
At the back of the book, you can actually look up like any issue that's going on with somebody, and it gives you the page to look at.
Yeah.
Talk about it. So as you're talking to people and they say, well, I have liver functioning issues, I have pancreas functioning issues, they're all there, and how Nox actually supports them in that.
And we have the highest percentage of active nitric oxide in our supplement. You cannot find one that's higher. I have people that were doing other nitric oxide supplements, and I tested them, and they did not test well. So when I ordered the book, I got the test strips. So get the test strips with the book. Yep, those. When I first tested my mom, it was clear. And it didn't take long for it to go up.
Wow.
What is the title? Just not.
The nitric oxide solution.
Okay.
You can, Jen, if you want to take a picture and throw it up in Rock Your Life.
Okay.
Thanks.
Hey, Jojo, that call that Liddy did and all we talked about was the Knox. Is that recorded somewhere?
They're all recorded. Everything's archived in the files, and also the one that we did with Jake. So we did one with Jake, and we also did one with Liddy.
Right. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. So you guys, if you go in the files, that was a really, really good one. Both of them were awesome calls or webinars on Knox.
Yep. Cool.
Perfect.
Did you guys learn anything?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The white cheddar Wathans rock. Just saying.
Yes, they do.
Cool. So,
Awesome.
is anybody going to take the challenge, do some Facebook Lives and launch parties and plan a launch party?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, Jen, you want to team up on a launch party? Yep. Okay.
Yeah, I'm good with that. Let's do it.
All righty. You got it.
So in Vegas, I know Mike is doing them on Thursday nights, and he said he's going to start doing some live streaming them. But I would, you can team up with somebody across the country and do a webinar together, do a Zoom together, invite some people on, have some fun, do Q&A. Lots of ideas. Lots of ideas, and if you do it and it stinks, then you just do something different the next time. So everything adjusts. It's how we learn. I've tried a billion different things. Some were great, some not so great. It's okay. And they're going to be different with every group of people. You might do one this week with a certain group and it didn't go so well, and next week a totally different group and they're all engaged, and you just you never know. Questions? Thought processes? Good? Somebody tell me your big gem from the call tonight.
Drink shakes.
Drink Knox.
Yeah, right.
And Knox.
The snacks are awesome.
A billion blenders going off every morning.
Hey, what about the fermentation formula?
100-degree water for 30 minutes.
We'll
Do not discuss.
we'll chat about it. Cool.
This was wonderful.
Good.
This is such good information. Wow. Thank you.
You're welcome. All good? No
I'm
questions? Happy?
Well, good. Thanks, Jojo.
right.
Thanks, everyone.
Go rock your life.
Good
Drink
night,
shake.
everybody.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Peace out, guys.
Launch party. Shakes.
Night.